with in accordance with the Constitution and statutes. On the request of the Senate Majority Leader, via letter reference number SEN/MLS/CO into brackets 28 dated the 18th of August 2025, and with the support of the requisite number of senators, I did appoint today, Wednesday 20th of August 2025, as a day for a special sitting of the Senate. The appointment was made via Kenya Gazette Notice number 11/450, dated the 18th of August 2025. In the Kenya Gazette Notice, I indicated that the business to be transacted at the special sitting shall be the following. A, swearing in of Consolata Nabwire Okwabubi, a senator elected pursuant to Article 98(1)B of the Constitution, which has just happened. The hearing of the charges on the proposed removal from office by impeachment of the Honorable Eric Mutai, Governor of Kericho County, and C, motion for the alteration of the Senate calendar. Now, Honorable Senators, in accordance with Standing Order 335, the business specified in the Gazette Notice referred to above and outlined in the order paper shall be the only business before the Senate during the special sitting, following which the Senate shall stand adjourned until Tuesday, 9th September 2025 at 2:30 p.m. pursuant to the Senate calendar. I thank you. Next order.
Order number 3, messages.
Take your seat, Senator Boni. Now, honorable senators, I wish to report to the Senate that I have, pursuant to Standing Order 48.3, received a message from the Speaker of the County Assembly of Kericho regarding a resolution of the County Assembly of Kericho for the proposed removal from office by impeachment of Honorable Dr. Eric Mutai, Governor of Kericho County, pursuant to Article 181(1)(a), (b), and (c) of the Constitution, as read together with Section 33 of the County Governments Act and Standing Order 7013A of the County Assembly of Kericho. The message, which was conveyed to the Speaker of the Senate via the letter reference KCA/SP/3 Volume 1 into brackets 39, dated Friday 15th of August 2025, signed by the Speaker of the County Assembly of Kericho and received in my office on Monday 18th of August 2025, listed the following grounds of impeachment against the governor. 1, gross violation of the Constitution and other laws. Allegation number 1, misappropriation and misallocation of county finances. The particulars of this allegation are that the governor engaged in various acts of gross violation of Articles 10, 183, and 201 of the Constitutions, Section 102 and 109 of the Public Finance Management Act, Cap 41(2)A, and the provisions of the Kericho County Rating Act number 5 of 2029 by doing the following. A, authorizing the misappropriation and misallocation of county finances through fictitious payments for goods, services, and works which were never delivered or only particular or partially done, totaling to 85,704,522.90. This included irregular claims such as maintenance of 15 residential houses, undelivered agricultural inputs like soya beans and maize germ, and overpriced supplies, including sodas allegedly bought at 500 shillings per bottle, tissue paper at 2,750 shillings per bale, and hand towels at 3,600 shillings apiece. Payments amounting to Kenya shillings 5,172,715.60 were also made to companies without supporting documents, including Mengro Products Limited, Hildama Construction, Brisac Construction, Prospera Ventures, and IBM Pro Construction. In some cases, contractors were paid twice from retention accounts for works completed more than 5 years ago. Number 2, contravening procurement laws by failing to establish tender opening committees, neglecting to seek professional opinions, splitting contracts to avoid open tendering, and failing to conduct market surveys. This resulted in exorbitant pricing of goods and services, which are often paid for in advance despite the county accumulating pending bills amounting to 1.1 billion. The County Assembly's ad hoc committee on alleged fictitious payments in its report tabled in August 2024 confirmed fraudulent documentation, forged signatures, and deliberate attempts to cover up theft. When these matters were exposed, the governor publicly dismissed the whistleblowers' claims. Number 3, overseeing the misappropriation of over 351 million under the National Agricultural Value Chain Development Project, funds intended to support farmers, cooperatives in all 30 wards were diverted, with only 19 wards benefiting. And even then, many received only substandard furniture and farm inputs without delivery notes or proof of quality. Procurement under the program was centralized and handled without transparency, in contravention of donor and statutory requirements. 4, presiding over irregularities under the financing locally led climate action FLOCA fund, where projects were distributed unfairly and based on nepotism. The governor ensured that his home ward of Chemosot alone received projects worth 21.7 million, while several other wards received none. Further, a number of the funded projects were defective, incomplete, or substandard, yet were recorded as fully complete. Number 5, launching the Equalizer Kazi Mtaani initiative on or about 31st of August 2023 and drawing county funds towards it without legislation to anchor the program, without approval by the County Assembly or the controller budget, and without public participation. A total of Kenya shillings 39 million was irregularly spent under this initiative without proper tendering, local service orders, or delivery of services. The Assembly's ad hoc committee report, which exposed these violations, was deliberately ignored by the governor. Number 6, misappropriation of funds under strategic intervention projects, SIPs. For example, in the case of the upgrading of Cognac dispensary at a health center, where the contractor was paid over 8.5 million, despite no works having been undertaken, contrary to reports submitted to the Assembly. Number 7, coercing County Executive Committee members and chief officers to divert funds from the departmental allocations to the personal use, channeled through his personal assistants. The governor has presided over glaring procurement irregularities, including irregular tender awards, inflated contracts, and fraudulent implementation of county programs. These matters have been consistently flagged in successive Auditor General's reports as evidence of massive theft of public funds. And number 8, misusing county emergency funds to compensate victims of the Londiani accident, thereby covering up for donations that have been raised by the public but were misappropriated by committee constituted by the governor. Allegation number 2, misappropriation and or abating misappropriation of public raised funds. The particulars of this allegation are that the governor, on various days between 4th and 9th of July 2023, violated the provisions of Article 10, 73, and 75 of the Constitution, and Section 29 and 39 of the Leadership and Integrity Act by doing the following. 1, overseeing misappropriation of funds raised for the victims of the horrendous Londiani Junction accident tragedy, in which over 9 million of public raised funds were lost, and reneging on his undertaking to implement the report of the County Assembly Ad hoc Committee formed to probe misappropriation of the funds meant for the victims of the accident. Number 2, being personally and directly complicit in the flawed award of direct tenders for service providers during the fundraiser and requiem mass of the victims of the accident. Number 3, failing to ensure that decision-making in the executive office of the county governor is not influenced by corruption, nepotism, and other callous and improper motives, hence failure to exercise objectivity and impartiality, thus violating Article 732B of the Constitution of Kenya. Number 2, abuse of office. Allegation number 1, illegal appointments, unlawful dismissal and transfers, and usurpation of constitutional and statutory functions of county public service. The particulars of this allegation are that the governor has variously engaged in gross misconduct and gross violations of Articles 10, 73, 75, 232, 235, and 236 of the Constitution, Section 17 of the Public Officers Act, Section 55, 59, 59A, 60, 62, 63, 64, and 65 of the County Governments Act, Section 4 of the Public Appointments, County Assemblies Approval Act, and variously abused his office by doing the following. 1, engaging in skewed and nepotistic appointments of county employees. The governor hired his brother as a revenue clerk and confirmed his aide's wife as a nurse ahead of other long-serving contract nurses who were denied similar opportunities. These appointments were not only irregular, but also discriminatory, undermining the values of fairness, equity, and integrity in the public service. Number 2, illegally appointing a county attorney while a substantive office holder was still in place. This irregular appointment was challenged before the Employment and Labor Relations Court, which declared it unlawful, unprocedural, and unconstitutional, and further ordered the governor personally to pay costs of Kenya shillings 2 million. Number 3, politicizing public recruitment by causing the advertisement of vacancies for doctors, nurses, and ECD teachers, despite knowing that the county had no financial capacity to hire such staff. The process was later abandoned. Number 4, irregularly deploying health staff without any consultation with or authority of the County Public Service Board, creating confusion and disruption in the delivery of health services. And number 5, arbitrarily dismissing senior county officers, including 10 county executive committee members, 6 chief officers, 2 chiefs of staff, and other senior officers without just cause or due process. Allegation number 2, subversion, discrediting, and impeding of the oversight role of the county assembly. The particulars of this allegation are that the governor on 3rd of September 2024 engaged in gross misconduct and grossly violated the provisions of Article 10, 73, 75, and 174 and 185, 3 of the Constitution, and abused his office by writing to the Speaker, purporting to direct the Speaker on, inter alia, the timelines the Speaker should give the chief officers who were summoned by the Assembly for questioning in exercise of the Assembly's oversight mandate. Number 3, gross misconduct. The particulars of this allegation are that the governor has repeatedly engaged in gross misconduct and gross violation of the provisions of Articles 10, 73, and 75 of the Constitution and Sections 29 and 34 of the Leadership and Integrity Act by doing the following. 1, leading an illegal land invasion and acting in contempt of court immediately after assuming office. The governor led a mob to invade private property belonging to Mr. Josiah Kiplagat Kogu in Kericho town, tearing its fence and designating it as a county dump site. This was done without the consent of the owner, without approval of the National Environment Management Authority, without gazettement by the county, and in defiance of subsisting court order. These actions amounted to contempt of court, blatant disregard for the rule of law, and exposed the county to damages and costs. Number 2, engaging in persistent bullying, intimidation, and harassment of county staff, thereby creating a toxic environment. The governor coerced officers, dismissed them arbitrarily without due process, and denied them the right to fair administrative action and hearing as guaranteed under Articles 41, 47, and 50 of the Constitution. Officers who did not conform to his directives were targeted, resulting in fear, despondency, and dysfunction within the County Public Service Board. Number 3, persistently using divisive, abusive, and unbecoming language in the conduct of his duties, contrary to the Leadership and Integrity Act. Such conduct has brought dishonor and disrepute to the office of the governor and undermined the values of Chapter 6 of the Constitution, which demands that state officers uphold integrity, dignity, respect for the people, and honor in the public service. Now, honorable senators, annexed to the letter convening the decision of the County Assembly were the following documents. 1, copy of approved notice of motion dated 6th of August 2025, laid on the table of the Assembly on Wednesday 6th August 2025, afternoon sitting. Number 2, certified copy of a list of members with signatures in support of a motion for removal of the Kericho County Governor by impeachment dated 6th of August 2025. Number 3, order papers for the Assembly sitting of Wednesday 6th of August 2025, afternoon sitting, on Friday 15th of August 2025, special sitting. Copy of the Gazette notice for special sitting of Friday 15th of August 2025. Certified Hansard reports for the Assembly sittings of Wednesday 6th of August 2025, afternoon sitting, and Friday 15th of August 2025, special sitting. Copies of letters dated 6th and 13th of August 2025, reference number KCA/SP/3 volume 1 into brackets 37, and KCA/SP/3 volume 1 into brackets 38, respectively, inviting the governor of Kericho to respond to the tabled impeachment motion. Copy of affidavit of service by Mrs. Sharon Chemngetich Mibei, serving His Excellency the Governor of Kericho County, with an invitation letter and a copy laid notice of impeachment motion, together with evidence and another letter for supplementary evidence, a memorandum on behalf of the Speaker and County Assembly of Kericho. Certified copy of electronic voting extracts, 33 votes on the motion for the impeachment of His Excellency the Governor of Kericho County, held during the Assembly sitting of Friday 15th of August 2025. Documents tabled during the debate on the motion for removal of the Governor of Kericho County by impeachment. A, payment vouchers for lands, housing and physical planning department made to Denby Holdings Limited, Debray Ventures Limited, and Cranby Group. B, payment vouchers for the Agriculture, Livestock and Cooperative Management Department made to Danju Enterprise Limited, Larry Enterprise Limited, Mabsa General Supplies Limited, Aksak Technologies Limited, Pikenda's Company, and Joylee Group Limited. A procurement plan and a memo for supply and delivery of assorted office stationaries. Payment vouchers for Public Works, Roads and Transport Department made to Simron Construction Company Limited and Real Supplies Limited and Tokeila General Supplies. Payment vouchers for Finance Economic Planning Department made to one Alcraft Voucher, Roreki Limited, Danke Limited, Finch Focus Limited, and Jomax Holding Limited, and Benlock Ventures Limited. Payment vouchers for Health Services Department made to Afroscape Limited and Sleek Solutions Limited. Payment vouchers for Water, Energy, Environment, Forestry and Natural Resources made to Chebena Construction Supply and Rowley Ventures Limited. Report on pending bills by the Committee on Ad Hoc. Report of the Committee on Water Environment on FLOCA projects. NAF-CDP report by the Committee on Agriculture, Livestock and Fisheries. Ad Hoc Committee report on Kazi Mtaani. Report by the Department of Finance, Economic Planning, Strategic Interventions Phase 2, and 2 photos, 4 affidavits, 1 judgment and 1 ruling. Ad Hoc Committee report on Londiani incident, Auditor General's reports, correspondence between the Governor and the Speaker dated the 20th of August 2024 and 3rd of September 2024, advertisement for vacancies by County Public Service Board, an internal memo on redeployment of staff and the Health Service Department, a Facebook extract, and letters of termination. Ad Hoc Committee report on alleged fictitious payment voucher for Mengro Products Limited, retention, other companies that are paid retention money, evidence of public participation, as follows: an extract of standard newspaper advertisement for public participation on notice of motion for removal of Dr. Eric Mutai, Governor of County Government of Kericho, by impeachment. 2, a scanned memorandum and submissions received in response to the notice of motion for removal of Dr. Eric Mutai as Governor of Kericho County. Number 3, a public participation register for the collection of memorandum. And 4, a report on public participation. Governor's response and volume 1 and 2, Kericho County standing orders, flash disk containing video evidence, and 3 transcripts. Now, honorable senators, in terms of the way forward, following the reading of the charges against the governor, Standing Order 81B of the Senate, as read together with Section 33(3)B of the County Governments Act, give the Senate 2 options on how to proceed with this matter. The Senate may, A, by resolution, appoint a special committee comprising 11 of its members to investigate the matter, or B, investigate the matter in plenary. The Senate Majority Leader will, at the appointed time, during this sitting, give notice of motion for the establishment of a special committee. Should this motion be carried, the special committee will be required under Section 33(4) of the County Governments Act and Standing Order 82 of the Senate, Standing Orders, to investigate the matter and to report to the Senate on whether it finds the particulars of the allegations against the governor to have been substantiated. In the event that the motion for the establishment of a special committee does not pass, the fallback position is that the Senate shall proceed to investigate and consider the matter in plenary. In the event, I will appoint the dates on which the Senate will sit in plenary to hear and determine the charges against the governor. Honorable senators, to emphasize that when we come to the debate on the motion for the establishment of the special committee, debate on the motion shall be limited to the substance of the motion, principally whether or not to establish the special committee. It shall not be a debate on the substance of the impeachment